two lines on this because Willow deserves them both. She wrestled Hurt to retain her title against Red Velvet on Collision a few days ago. She got home and learned that her shoulder couldn't hold up. This is a woman who fought through a match to protect a moment she earned. Hopefully she gets healthy, because a lot of respect goes to Willow Nightingale, because she's been one of the main faces when it comes to AEW's women division, mostly in the middle of the tier currently. Maybe something in the future for her for the higher calibers, but for now, hope she gets well. But let's keep talking about it. Welcome to the Tea Drop. Let me give you some of the receipts when it comes to what happened. Willow Nightingale won the TBS Championship for the second time on December 31st, 2025, beating Julia Hart at New Year's Smash. She became the first ever two-time TBS champion in AEW history. So the injury happened on the May 16th Collision during her title defense against Red Velvet. Now, Willow won the match. She retained the belt, and then a few days later, on this week's Dynamite, she announced that the shoulder was done. She was 140 days as champion on her second reign, on her right shoulder. So it's probably a continuation of that same injury. Who knows? But no surgery has been.
Recent title defense against Red Velvet, I injured my right shoulder.
So there you go. Right shoulder. I am really afraid of copyrights, but let's keep going.
And I want so bad to wrestle at Double or Nothing.
So she was planned to wrestle at Double or Nothing. Okay, well, that's a shame.
In front of my family.
New York's
home in New York.
Yep.
Against Alex Windsor. I want to go on in the Owen and go to All In and become the AEW World Champ.
But unfortunately, it's not happening.
But unfortunately, to withdraw from the Owen Hart Cup. Furthermore,
she has to relinquish the title. But there you go. Now, because of that, she was planned to be in the Owen Hart tournament. Is this the women's? No, that's the men's. So she was planned to go against Alex Windsor for the title. And I'll share that. So I played you the audio because I was afraid to show you the video. So we'll see how that works out. I'll let you know in a few days or something. Anyway, she was supposed to go against Alex Windsor for the wild card. I think this was supposed to be the match. It sounds like for Double or Nothing, but instead they're moving it to Mina Shirakawa against Athena instead. So that match is being replaced, unless they had both matches. I don't recall, since I don't watch that show continuously, but anyone can let me know if what I'm saying is accurate. Now, they replaced it. Okay, so they replaced the match. Now we have a wild card name. The question is, who's going to be the wild card? I really hope it's not Mercedes Moné. She already won this. We don't need Mercedes to go into the Owen Hart again, because I don't feel like they would ever let Alex Windsor to beat her in a tournament. But I'm hoping it's someone new, just give someone different, and so forth. So we're moving on with Mina Shirakawa versus Athena, two former champions, and one of them currently the ROH Women's World Champion. They're going against each other. This match is not Mina and Athena is now Sunday. Now, the issue with this is that losing the TBS Women's Champion 2 weeks before your biggest show of the springtime is a massive blow, especially with someone like Willow Nightingale, because a lot of the people in the AEW groups love her. So losing her, it's a big cut for AEW, but they'll make it work. They have a depth in a very deep division in the women's side, so they should be able to replace her. It's unfortunately that they have to. Now, look, the remaining of the Owens Cup, we have Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. We have Hazuki versus Persephone. We have Alex Windsor going against a wild card that we don't know, and we have Sky Blue against Suri. That is a decent amount of names, 3 of them being international title holders, and we haven't even gotten to the TBS title four-way. Not the TBS title, the Women's World Title four-way that is happening. That is also going to be a good show for the women's division. Now, 3 years ago, AEW would have struggled to fill in the slots when this type of thing happens, but today they have series of women there that can step up when they needed to, and that they did. So the women's division, when it comes to AEW nowadays, is not thin. They are all well known for the most part within the AEW fandom, and it's the deepest division they have ever been. Willow vacating the title isn't hopefully the end of the story for her. It's just temporary for her and just a test of how quickly the division can pick up after someone needs to step down, unfortunately. Now, Tony Khan addressed the title path on Double or Nothing media call. He said the TBS situation gets handled hopefully soon. The wild card replacement for Windsor is announced for a later date. So that might happen in either a Collision or a Dynamite. Who knows? We will just find out. But the final for this tournament is going to happen at Forbidden Door in San Jose on June 28th. So whoever is in the San Jose area and want to attend an event that will have a decent price tickets, definitely go check out Forbidden Door. I don't think you'll have an issue with it. You're going to have both of the Owen Hart tournament finals there, as well as amazing matches that they'll probably have between AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL, and Stardom. Anyway, now let's talk about the crown for this title. I don't recall seeing anything happening for this title. I can double check, but I actually have Double or Nothing open over here, so we can check the card out this way. So when it comes to Double or Nothing, do they have the TBS women's title set up? No, I don't see it. So they have the women's tag eliminator. They have a trios match, 10-man match. They have the Intercontinental title on the line. They have the World Tag Team titles on the line. They have a Stadium Stampede, Fatal 4-Way for the women's title. They have the two men's Owen Hart tournament, one women's Hart tournament, and the Continental Championship and the hair versus title match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So they really haven't figured out yet what they're going to do for the TBS Championship, but hopefully it'll be resolved and a speedy recovery for Willow Nightingale. And I hope only the best for her, because this is unfortunate and you can really tell based on how she's emotionally feeling about this. But anyway, just let me know in the comments, one, who is going to be the wildcard replacement that walks into the Owen Hart Cup in replacing Willow Nightingale? Drop your pick, drop your thoughts. And two, when AEW does crown the next TBS champion, does it come out of this Owen Cup field, or does it come from somebody nobody's talking about yet? Let me know in the comments. I hope for Willow she gets well soon. If the T hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.